Hey y'all, it's Roy Cruz, and you're watching NHL on EA Sports. And this time, the new season appears. It's NHL Game of the Night on Son of Beast.
Hey folks, it's Terry Cruz.
And I'm Roy Cruz.
This is another NHL Game of the Night on SO Beast.
Part of the channel is where we put it in on NHL and EA Sports.
This time, it's the rematch as we are putting it back in for the first season.
This time we've got the St. Louis Blues as they are facing on against the other team, the Minnesota Wild. It's one of our biggest of the world's best of the team, from Missouri to Minnesota. From the top of the coast to coast of the destinations from the south and to the north, these are the only two that are from the Central State. But there is one that's going to change it all to face it from here.
That's right. This is what happens when, if you remember this from a part of the last couple of seasons, it was nowhere to be between what they did so far. Minnesota Wilds have already beaten against the St. Louis Blues. It was an unbelievable comeback rally, but they put it in with some big time-on periods. There was no way that they were trying to keep them off the targets out there, but they just kept on coming back.
But now, we're about to find things out if the St. Louis Blues can have the answer back. But there's another way that could change them often if they remembered it, how to get that shots going.
And now, since standing by, I want to have to take in OJ as he's along with the other commentaries of the crew with Pure MIDI, and the third commentary of the crew, I have one of our takes in. It will be Paintbrush.
And the center ice I welcome back in is one of our great takes, and he's looking forward to seeing his next run. Ultra Beast here for the center ice.
Here are the starting lineups for the St. Louis Blues as the matchup has only appeared with the head coach, Jim Montgomery. And the starting goaltender is Joe Binnington. Here are the rest of the teams as we have here. Jordan Kyrou, a puck on a string, makes it a great stick handling with his own zone. Robert Thomas, also with the puck on a string, but he also has wheels as he puts in with the great skating with the puck. And finally, Pavel Buchnevich has a puck on string, but also Ely edges, and 1T has a great one-timer on a shot. Let's see what he can do if he can make his advantage get to here.
Now on the other side, I have it across from here for the Wild's head coach. John Gins is the starting head coach for the Minnesota team.
And the starting of the group is
Marc-Andre Fleury for the Minnesota Wilds. Only Kirill Kaprizov is one of our biggest snapping ability with a snapshot in stride. Then with the rest of the superstar players is Jonas Brodin, a shutdown rushing defender. Matthew Boldy with the closing quarters and the close ranging of the shooting. Matt Zuccarello, the third-eye perceptible passer. Then Brock Fabers for the early edges with wheels. And Joel Eriksson Ek, a tape-to-tape zone with the great passing within the vision. Then we have is Marc-Andre Fleury, all for nothing. Great poke checking, controltionist, and energizer. And finally is Frederick Kuderud, goes all alone with the great breakaway finishes.
Well, that's it for now. It's time to get into business.
We'll see you all there, everybody, for the post-game show after this game.
Blues, Wild, next on EA Sports. Enjoy the game, folks.
It's the game of the night here at NHL at Minnesota. I'm OJ and I'm here with my broadcast partner. The biggest night since we've seen it in the last part of a couple seasons in Season 1. It's about that time to get this thing started. Here we go, we're ready to get this thing on and let's play hockey. Here are the starting groups here. Big save on a pad by Marc-Andre Fleury, starting goaltender for the Minnesota Wild. As he will start things over, he now finds Eriksson Ek. He will look it over again to Kirill Kaprizov. He's right toward the wing. Has that one around the board, and he has again to Boldy. Here's another chance over to Parayko. Parayko now finds again to Suter. He's right toward the wing as he fires that one out. Spurgeon's got it covered in, and he's all starting over for the Wilds to pick in. On his way down is Brodin. Boldy's right toward the wing. He finds Erickson Ek. Erickson Ek slows this down. Will fire that one around head. Now behind the net is Kaprizov. He looks it over to Brodin. Here's a chance, Erickson Ek. Big save by Joe Binnington. Starting goaltender for the St. Louis Blues as he makes his first stop. He looks to Brodin. He now looks it over to get to Faber. Faber looks it in toward the middle. This one deflects. Harvey right after him. Rebounds the puck. Looks it over right toward to get to Brodin. He finds Faber. Erickson Ek tries to give it over to Brodin. Brodin looks at Erickson Ek. Shoots! Had a save made by Binnington. Rebounds it again. Hartman shoots off the glove. Back it over to the St. Louis Blues. So now as Suter will send it over to Thomas. Thomas is right toward the wing as he tries to give it an open look. Finding an angle on the open room. Pass over, round the back, saved by Marc-Andre Fleury. This will be his second save of the night. He'll get ready for the next face-off. Now both teams are ready to take the next face-off. There is no score in the game as they're trying to look for one. Got a win for the St. Louis Blues. Here's a shot. Love save. But it looks like he went blocked down first. Oh, nice chance. I love the energy. That makes it a great start. Not only for Marc-Andre Fleury, really make it a great, huge save here, OJ. I have a little bit of the great ones to meet. And because of what happens with the both teams, there's really a one change off that makes a difference. Turned it over by Trennan. Now he finds it over to Foligno. Recovers the puck right from the wall. Fires up around 90, now finds Scooteroo. Fouling for the loose puck, and it's rebounded by Middleton. Middleton looks over to get a Bogushon, he will have it again to Scooteroo. Here's Middleton, looks it over to Bogushon. Bogushon shoots! Oh, that's saved up by Binnington. Suter with his own rebound, now finds it again to Shen. Over now to Kyrou. Jordan Kyrou with his own rebound. And it's rebounded by Middleton. Carried over by Locko. Now as Locko's team will get it over in front, he will send it over again to Kucherov. Toward the wing, Trennan. Shoots, hot save. Wilds puts it in on a full pressure. Morrell looks to the middle. Bulldog takes it over. And now here's Sunglasses will start things over. That one gives back to Bulldog. Hot save by Fleury. Another save here for Minnesota Wilds. As we already passed the 3-minute mark in the first period, no score again. A lot of time up in this period. Still looking like there's another goal to take in. Plus the Minnesota Wilds have already been pushing their way, and they've already missed their last postseason, but now this postseason is going to be going its way for him. Yes, they definitely do. I have a little bit of great range out there. Hopefully they'll just keep on attacking. You know what happens now, because I was really noticing what they were just using it for. There's nothing really what I have to do on that. But they really have to let them do all what they got to get. They just need somebody else to try to give us some open offensive tackle. A tackle is just great. But there's no other way that they could try to keep it over. If they wanted to get another face-off, to smack them down. It's not really a change-up that anybody's been doing it for. Here's Oakwood, he's right toward the outside as he tries to get the bird in. Pushing off on a shot. Big pad save by Binnington. 16:04 to go in the first period as they'll get the next team for the face-off. Now as both teams are ready to take the next draw, no score by Minnesota and St. Louis. And the winner will play it in for Wilds. Spurgeon's right toward the lane as he tries to give it again to Brodin. Brodin, back to Spurgeon. Hartman, backhander, going for a rebound. This one stays out by Fall. Now the Blues will have it as Joseph's right toward the wing. Here's Dormachenko. Easy patch save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Brodin right toward the wing and he now finds Hartman. Give it again to Spurgeon. Took a big hit for the Blues and he had 10. Joseph now finds Dormachenko. Packett saved it out. Now as Brodin will take it over, he will now try to get the pass to Boldy. Looks to Erickson. Now it's rolled over. Koska takes it out. The rebound by Kirill Kaprizov. Will hold it on in. Back in the zone, Kaprizov. Behind the net is finding again to Boldy. kicks the zone out. Now it's rebounded again. Kaprizov goes back the other way with a big slam. Erickson rolls the Spurgeon. He'll now try to give it over to Middleton. Middleton looks it over to Spurgeon with a shot. Club saved by Binnington. Under 15 minutes to spare in the first period. Still going to look for a goal to get that started. Goodrow wins the face-off as Faber will now have it again to Middleton. Middleton now finds again a Politno. Looks toward middle, Trent shoots. Oh, wonderful save by Binnington. He denies that shot opportunity. That's a little bit of a hard harassment to get this one over, but this one was a great save and he's been reaching out. That one really makes it a nice hustle. When Binnington really had it because Trent was going to get that goal, he really denied it. What a catch. Both teams still looking for a face-off to kick the lead up. 14:44 left to go. Now as they win, here's the Wild. We'll start that over again to Middleton. Looks over to Faber. Faber finds the game to Trenton. Looks at trying to give it over to Middleton, and he'll have to give it over again to Faber. Faber finds Goodrow. Back in and releases. It's saved off by Binnington. Off to Broberg. Good stockpile on the feed by Faber. Give it over again, now finds it over right to the other side for Foligno. The Blues are back in the offense zone. Big smash down, watch out. Rolls to Foligno. Back behind the pass, finding Middleton. As Middleton will send it over again to Faber. Faber right toward the wing as he tries to give that one an extra feed. To go back to Foligno. Foligno. Here's a shot for Trent. He scores! First goal starts off the Trent as they're on the board with a 1-0 start. An unbelievable question puts it in for Trent. This one was given it over, and here's what happened. That one bounced off, and it didn't seem like he just didn't get that right. He really had that and lost that puck in that string. That one really took over. Here's what happened. This is what Trent makes it in. This is what the shot has been releasing. But this really pushed it away. Didn't really think he was going to start off that strong, and now he has that goal. Took it over from anybody. Now it starts off with a 1-0 lead as Brock Faber with the assist. Well, here's the thing now. I mean, Faber's doing excellent, but I've got to give some commitment to get that one through. Now the win for the Wild as for the Blues. They're back the other way. They'll have it again pulled up. Bogosian takes
Scored by number 13, Yakov Trendy. His first assisted by number 17, Marcus Foligno. And by number 7, Brock Faber. Time to go for the Wild. 6 minutes and 7 seconds in the first period. That's Yakov Trendy with his 49th goal of his career, assisted by Marcus Foligno and Brock Faber. At the time, 6:07 in the first period.
Next group on the face-off. Now the teams are ready to take the lining drop of the face-off. Start off strong with the Minnesota Wilds a 1-0 lead. Here's our chance to Bogosian. Bogosian will now try to give the Rosie. Brendan Saad takes it over. Trying to get it out of the way. Good stop. Now Fleury takes it out. Chen lost his puck handling as Hartman takes it over. Back to Morrell. Morrell lost his handling. Back to Carew. Stop made by Marc-Andre Fleury. Under 13 minutes remaining in the first period, it will be a 1-0 game for Minnesota. As the play resumes, Blues wins the face-off. Big stop play by Marc-Andre Fleury. Now it's back to Spurgeon as the team will clear it out. Fires that one around the net. He will now try to give a dish over to Erickson Ek. Looks over to Kaprizov. He finds again to Spurgeon. Spurgeon looks it over again to Brodeen as he will have it again to Kaprizov. Over to Spurgeon. And he will have it to give it a little bit of a slash as this will be a delay penalty on St. Louis. That starts off bad, and that really must have maintained it. They didn't really think they were going to keep it out.
St. Louis penalty, number 55, 2 minutes for slashing.
Pareko had a little bit of bad timing, and this is what happened now. He just caught him on the stick, and he been whacked from behind. That really is not going to play what you do for the start on defense. Now they get their first power play for Minnesota team. If you recall it for the last game, it was nowhere matched as the first goal puts in for the 4-on-4 for Marcus Johansson as he had that one with a 1-0 lead over the edge.
St. Louis penalty, number 55, Colton Pareko, 2 minutes for slashing. 7 penalties, 12:33 remaining in the first period. That's a penalty on St. Louis on Colton Pareko for slashing. 7 penalty, 12:33 remaining in the first period. For the Wild, to run a power play.
I really have a lot to take in, but now I know that for sure is that the St. Louis Blues are going to have to play offense and defense and strategy. They just really need to get somebody else out of room. Minnesota Wilds and the Blues are ready to take the next draw after an offside has been whistled on a team. Now as Joseph wins the faceoff, he was right toward the other wing. Dumps the puck out of the zone. And now at the other way will be Spurgeon. Giving him to Guru. Guru sends a deep pass to Johansson. Johansson, rebound by Rosie. And he will try to get out of the way by his Blues defender. Ogren's right toward the wing, he now finds Spurgeon. Here's a one-timer for Rosie, and he's blocked up. Johansson takes over, not finding Spurgeon, he finds Ogren. Spurgeon. Open look! Saved by Binnington. This hustle makes it in for Binnington. That really has to make a hard stride. They have to get somebody else an open look. Don't let him play it if you're going to leave it alone. Chen takes the puck over. Here comes a short-handed goal. And Spurgeon takes it over with 35 seconds left. The Wilds are back in the offense zone. Guru shoots off the face mask. Thomas takes it over. He will now try to get the pass over. Johansson slicks out of the zone. Kaprizov's right toward the wing. Open look there to net. Now it's grabbed by Broberg. Texier is back in the Wild zone. Break was timed, about to expire. Kaprizov's right toward the wing. He now finds Boldy. And that's going to end the power play for the Wilds. It is 0-1 for their team. Well, see, this is what happens now when you get a hard defenseman that they've really been keeping an eye on. I have no idea how this is going to change. Like, really, it's going to make someone else try to, like, trip somebody over. They really don't have anybody like that. Because when Pareko didn't really have the time, right, he's going to get that one here caught up. He's not playing it correctly. And that defensive zone is going to give a better effort. They have to find somebody else to get right to it. But it's a great job on defensive effort. They did a really wonderful job out there, OJ. They're just playing it so well. Now the hard defense is going to be playing on offense. Well, saved by Fleury. Nice catch made for the goaltender. Yeah, you see what happened now? I mean, that's what's going to make it change. You better make that one out of history. Eriksson X right toward the wing as he tries to get back in the zone. Eriksson X wants to pass to Morrill. And that pass to Boldy has been broken it up. Boldy slides it back, now finds it again to Morrill. Earl Shit's got saved by Binnington. 9:22 to go in the first period. Still 1-0 game. I had a little problem with Joseph out there, but this is what the block shot made. Bang! You see that? That one makes it a nice defense, but it looks like he might be unable to try to keep it going. That's Joseph Simney on the bench. Wild still up by 1. The Blues wins the faceoff as now Pareko will have another chance. Watching toward wing. To the stoppage. Now it's Ogren. He's right toward the wing. He'll have a deep pass to Lucco. Suter takes the puck steal, and it's back to Ogren. Ogren. Pass to Konishov. And it's back to Sundvest. He looks to Holloway. Bulldog is right toward the wing. Steps in for the corner. Trying to go back behind the net. Holloway shoots, glove saved by Fleury. Found an open room for Will as he will have a back pass over to Bogushon. Oh my! Looks like that Fleury's going to be almost like out of the way, but it seemed like it might be a recovery. Goes straight it off, now finds again to Middleton. He looks at it again to Hardman. Now he finds Middleton. Here's Johansson's shoot! Hazy patch saved by Binnington. And as he goes down, and the wild defensive effort on 10. Faber now finds Middleton. Trying to give over to Gushinov. He will try to make a shot. That one redirected. And it's off the wall, and it goes right back over to Hardman. He finds Middleton. Gushinov tries to go roll it over to Hardman. To Faber. Great poke check by Pareko. Here's Faber's shot. Saved by Binnington. 8:01 to go in the first period. They'll have some time off them. Now is the team ready to take their next puck drop. Still a 1-0 score. St. Louis trying to look for a tie game. And turn to win is the St. Louis Blues. Pareko sends it over to Kyrou. Good poke check by Middleton. As Faber will now send it over. He will now hand it off to Foligno. Foligno's right over to the wing. That's blown over by Ryan Suter. Side now finds Shen. And it's given over to Trinan. Trinan! A little bit of bump out of the issue out here, but he covers it. Finds Spurgeon, now finds again to Middleton. Middleton to Spurgeon. Trying to get some pass open on offense. Trinan takes it back. And as Gruder tries to battle for the loose puck, Trinan comes out to save today. Recovers it, the puck for Minnesota. And now it's back to Middleton. Looks at Trinan. Trenan's finding it again to Spurgeon. Off to Middleton. Here's a shot, glove save by Binnington. 7:08 to go in the first period. Still looking to get a goal as we've already passed the midway mark of the period. Now the win for St. Louis as Falk will have his own chance. Now finds Thomas. Thomas, right to the wing. Got bumped out. Watching out for offside is the St. Louis Blues. As Thomas will now send it to Neighbors. Oh my! Fleury got a nice timeout attack. He just took it over. Yeah, you see what goes in. Marc-Andre Fleury had that one catching. His timing is making a quick reaction out there, OJ. You gotta watch it out, and you gotta keep an eye on the puck at all times. This one might be wicked fast. Spurgeon now finds again to Brodin. He now finds Kaprizov. Kaprizov makes some new changes here on the offense. Wants to settle it again to Spurgeon. He now finds it again to Brodin. Brodin now finds again to Kaprizov. Shot. Glove saved by Binnington. 6:20 to go in the first period. Looks like it's a hard team to go for. And towards center ice, I'll have a little bit of a center message to Ultra Beast. Thanks, guys. Looking over to Kaprizov was to start things to get right into. The wheels is better to make that one change up. I have a lot of percentage out there that this is a team that we are looking forward to remember of. This is what happens now because I've been looking at forward to see what goes on. This is the hard team that we are looking for, and now we have another team to take a stride out of it. This might be what their take is. I'll find out about Kirill Kaprizov if he gets his own goal to go with the team. Back to you. Harvey now finds Rosie. Rosie passes again to Bogushon. Has it over again to Morrill. Here's a shot. Slipped it away, and this one goes back to Johansson. Recouping the puck here, he now finds it again to Bogushon. Bogushon now finds Harvick. On a shot. Hand save. Trying to get out for the rush. Full pressure's on for Minnesota. Johansson. Rosie. Hard defensive effort. Now finds Morrill. Bogushon will try and give it over again. Back to Morrill. Morrill passes Johansson. Johansson shoots. Hand save. Kicked out of here. Binnington, what a stop. Unbelievable. He just makes it a great save to keep it out. Now when you're doing that watch out there, Binnington, he really showed it off right. St. Louis wins the faceoff. Just 5:10 to go in the first period of the game. He now finds Sunbest. Poked up by Bogushon. Now Bogushon will send it over. He will clear it out. St. Louis back the other way. He now finds Sunvest. Sunvest fires that puck out. Here around net, now finds Bogushon. Looks over now, finding Walker. He now sends it deep to Ogren. Ogren! All alone! Save by Binnington. He's back the other way, now finding Parayko, finding Suter. Looks to Bulldog. Finds again to Parayko. Parayko dumps it out. Now the Wilds are back in the offense with 4:30 to go. Trying to get a rush away. Now Boldy has it across right toward the wing. He now finds Kirill Kaprizov. Now it's back behind the net. Joseph. Back to Holloway. Looks it over to Shed. Blues on the attack. Gives it over. Morel takes it out. Now finds Erickson Ek. Kirill Kaprizov trying to rush it in. Recovers it. And now it's back the other way for Minnesota. In the Blues territory, Spurgeon. Nowhere to go. Kyrie on the attack. Chopped it out of the motion right toward the wall. Rebound by Shed. Save on a play. Back to Brodin, and he now has it over again to Fogno. Fogno. Dish over. Gooderud. Shoot. But save. Stays out of trouble with side. Recovers it. Well, this might be another one change off. That difficult range is not putting an easy way for the Minnesota Wild. They have to get right into this. They have no idea what's going to happen because this needs to get a better use. There's no effort to make a stop out of it if you're doing it for real. On the attack is Sosa. He now finds Scooteroo. He's right toward the wing. Middleton. And it's recovered up. Back to Scooteroo. Tries to hold it in. He now finds Hartman. Hartman swing on the board. Owie. Recovers it. That's saved by Binnington. Under 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Middleton shoots. Easy save. Puts in by Binnington. Looks to Middleton. Finds Fogno. Here's a shot. Faber shoots. Saved by Binnington. Hartman. In front. Stop again. That's 3 times in a row for Binnington. Nothing really stands out the matter out there. Binnington really had that one to showing off the piece. Here's the win for Minnesota. He now finds Faber. Over now to Middleton. He gives it over to Rosie. Rosie finds Middleton. He gives it again to Faber. Faber looks to Rosie. Here's a shot. Right in the pipe. Off the net it goes. It's rebounded by Hartman. Over now, trying to give it away again to Faber. Faber finds Middleton. Giving it a run change for Rosie. Rosie pass to Middleton. Keeps it going. Faber. For the backhander. Oh, he stuck it out. What a save by Binnington. Middleton shoots. Another easy save for Binnington. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first period of the game, you have Sunbets. Rolls the pass, Boldy takes it over. Erickson Ek holds on. As he will recover the puck, he will now find to get a Boldy. Looks to Kaprizov. Kaprizov tries to look it over again to Bogushon. Now the Wilds are back in the offense as Morel takes it in. Finds the pass to Bogushon, he looks to Boldy. Boldy trying to get over it. It's stolen by Texier. Bogushon takes it over. Boldy's back the other way. Got to a rumble kick as it's rebounded by Babers. Now it's back to Bogushon. One-timer from Morel. Pat save. Back to Erickson Ek. Here's an R1 to Bogushon. Slicked in motion. Down to the final minute in the first period. Shot
1
save.
minute in the first period.
Holds it on with 17 seconds on full pressure for the Wilds. They really have to give somebody else an open look. I don't know what's going to keep happening. That really must have put it in with some hard pressure. Wilds wins the face-off as Morel now gives it again to Kushnerov. Kushnerov. And the puck rolls out of the zone. Now Morel's back in the zone. Here they come. Back to Texier. They're holding it on. Now Solanko's back the other way with 40 seconds. Here's a chance now at the pass. And it's broken up by Thomas. Robert Thomas now finds it again to Brendan Saad. Back to Morel. Morel Chance trying to give a pass over now, find the filling now. Goes to Terranen. Trennan is right toward the way now, finding Kushnerov. And it's now Broberg. Take a little bit of a smackdown out there. Now it's back to Kushnerov. Passes over to Trennan. Almost went offside. Tolls on. Trying to get Kushnerov an open room. Pound down. Trying to get out of the way. And a backhander. Pat stopped by Binnington. First period comes to an end. Big save by Binnington. But there's more to have it take. Second period's underway when we come back at Minnesota. You're watching a Game of the Night presentation on EA Sports. Welcome back, folks, as we're ready to start the second period at XL Energy Arena. We're about to get this thing started. Here we are, folks. The second period's about to begin. All set, fresh and ice and ready to go. Let's get you back on here. I had a little bit of take of how hard it went here for the first period, as I said over to you guys. Well, so far, Mogashan and their team are just rushing. They had no idea what's going to keep happening. They just really couldn't get the job out of it. They've really been knocking it through. All they did was, this is what they just keep on happening. Fight, fight, fight. Shot, shot, shot. There's a lot of great chance here for Minnesota Wild that they're doing it for. Now I have no regressions of how this is going to happen, but there's really they're going to let that get out of the way. They just don't have anybody else with an open room. They better do something else quick, or else they're going to get that one tacked on. I agree with you there, Pyramidi. I know it's not very easy enough, but when you're doing this so far, you have a little bit of time on your accuracy. Most of the passes was definitely out of angle. Must be make it quick out there if you're going to get to it. Thomas is right toward the wing as he's got back on ice. And as Johansson takes it over, Thomas poked it up. Great job on a defensive effort. Here's another one to Middleton. Oh, Middleton! He's blocked up. And a shot's been denied for the Blues. Oh, what a chance. I love this energy. This makes it a more dangerous play. A perceptible passer was definitely on his own. He's got to get some help. Johansson pass now finds again to Faber. Faber looks to Middleton. Middleton now finds again to Rossi. He went down, trying to go back after him. He now finds Faber. Faber got a good again. Hardman. Now it's back to Shen right the other way. Back the pass over to Kairu. Slick the motion on a shot range. Saved by Marc-Andre Fleury. Toward the middle, he now finds Kuru. Over now, finding again to Trennan. Trennan's right toward the wing. Give a good dish off. Stopped by Binnington in the corner. As 18-10 approaches to the second period, we'll have some time to see the next face-off coming up. Now as both teams are ready to take the next drop, looks like the team might be what they're looking for. 1-0, the score for Minnesota. St. Louis wins the face-off as he now finds Falk as he looks over to get a Kairu. Kairu right toward the wing. Slipped it down free. Morel back the other way. He now finds again a Bogashaw. Here's a chance perceptible to Ogren. Rossi toward the net. Here's a chance opportunity. Oh, Binnington! Just had a piece of it to try to keep Allen out. And under 18 minutes remaining in the second. Now it's a win for Thomas, and he now plays again to Neighbors. Neighbors, oh, he just got smacked up already. And it looks like he's just got a little unconscious out there. Where did that come from? Oh, wow. This is what happens now. I mean, this is what the hard defenseman, oh boy. They've really been smacking it in. I agree. They're just getting a lot of piece out there. Wilds are definitely attending it. They're attacking it fast. They just got to get over this. If they don't have the right percentage correctly, then they can't attack it. Back on ice. And right now, as Bodine will have their own chance on the offense. Thomas swings around, save by Fleury. 7:03 to go in the second period. Looks like that St. Louis wants to tie this game. Off and a win for the Blues. Close snatch by Fleury. Bodine right toward the lanes. He will fire that one back behind the net. And Spurgeon will take his own carry. Now it's back over again. Trying to catch it out. The Blues still don't have anybody to keep an eye on it. Now Spurgeon's motion toward into the net. And a pass broken up. Sunvest is back the other way as he will try to keep an eye on it. And that had an easy save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Here's a chance. Toward the wing. Another shot. Puts it in a racing bounding. That shot went. Makes a big save by Fleury. Over now finding Kaprizov. Kaprizov now finds again with Kaprizov again. We'll have to give some time effort on the shot. Glove save by Binnington. Stop in motion with 16:13 to go in the second period. Now they're ready to do some next hit. 64 for St. Louis and 24 for Minnesota. Rosie wins the face-off as Middleton now tries to get to Johansson. Johansson now finds Faber. Here's the shot! Saved by Middleton! Broberg is right toward the wing. Battling for the loose puck. Hartman takes it over. Now it rolls again to Song. Tries to give some another extra attacker. Great poke check here. Here they come! Moyles on the attack! Shot! Denied by Binnington! He rolls into Middleton. Well, you can hear the crowd now. I mean, I thought that was going to be another shot in there, but that really must have taken out. Rosie now finds again to Faber. Faber looks like Hartman. Here's a shot. Score! Another goal for the Wild. They're on 1-2. Just under a second. That pass for Hartman just linked it in front. Here's what he did. He was showing off no look at all. He really had that line flicking in, and that's what happened. When you get that good line, you got a good drive, you got that in there. This is what the arm for something on the pass makes that shot, makes that goal right into the net. Binnington was able to try to carry it out. He really looked it over. Yeah, it seems like that's what happens now. Minnesota's been trying to keep an eye on the surge on this effort since they're not playing the last postseason. Hopefully there's another postseason coming up for them. They'll get back as soon as possible. I would bet so. Clark goes right toward the wing. He now tries to hand it over. The other side. Now finds
Is
Fred.
persisted by number 7,
Middleton.
Faber.
Middleton looks to Bogushon.
And by number
Over now to
23,
Middleton.
Marco
Middleton looks again to
Rosie.
Bogushon.
Time and a goal for the Minnesota Wild. 4:27 remaining in the second period. That's Ryan Hartman, 129th goal of his career, assisted by Brock Faber and Marco Rosie at the time, 4:27 in the second period.
And a win for Shen as Falk is right toward the wing. He now finds side. Good stop made by the Wild's defender. Bogushon now finds Morrill. Overlook again at Foligno. And they have to race it offside as they'll have to get their team out of the zone to get ready for the next face-off. You may notice that point because it's up wide, north wide. Roots has moved in because the XL Energy Center is Nordy. You know the name because it happens with the 18th land of area of 18,000. This is what I always gotta say, over 18,000 lights here in Minnesota, that's why the nickname is put in. Well, I never noticed about Nordy, that makes him not that possible. But if you always know how Nordy's been doing it so incredible, he's really had a lot of hard racing and control. I have no idea what's gonna change out. This really is gonna make them feel like we are all in this together. Now that's what happens with Minnesota team, they've been really keeping it up. After the North Stars has been relocated to Dallas, this is what happens. They change it into Wilds. They definitely really wanted to change something else over. I really don't know what's going to change it happening, but that really, it's going to be a hard must to put it in for some better effort. He scores. Texier starts out with the goal as the Blues are on the board. Well, that's what happens now. It looks like Alexandre Texier got a nice goal. They'll have that first one. Now, there's no offense on the opportunity. That changes over with Texier. And here's what he did. He had a little slick in it. And that feed off with the pad, he was trying to make him sure if he was going to take it over. But now, this team opted, he just knocked it out. He didn't really think he was able to try to keep it in.
And that's what happens. He just made a miss. That makes it a nice goal with the Blues on the board.
As the Wilds are up in a cutting extension down by 1, it is a 2-1 game, St. Louis.
As they're trying to get a tie game with passing a 15-minute mark.
Now finds Brody. Brody looks again at Johansson as he rolls it in.
Bumps him out. Hartman takes it over. He now finds Brody. Brody looks to Droshi.
Score for St. Louis. His 18th goal of the season. Scored by number 9, Alexandre Texier.
Finds his
His first assisted by number 18, Robert Thomas. And by number 63, Jake Neighbors. Time of the goal for the St. Louis Blues. 5:57 remaining in the first period. Alexandre Texier, his 35th goal of his career, assisted by Robert Thomas and Jake Neighbors. At the time, 5:57 remaining in the second period.
They're really at all for nothing, but this is what happens with deflection. He's going to see what he can do. Johansson now finds again Brody. Looks to Spurgeon. Here's Hartman. Fires it past. Saved by Binnington. And he'll cover it up nearing the 14-minute mark. Because what they noticed it was wearing the number 18,001 to represent his place as a member, that the team for the 18,000, this is what happens now. He was wearing that jersey, and this is what they all noticed. 1,000 of the Lake Eries out there, this is what they all have been expecting for of the Lakes. You know what happens? Because that's what the team nickname puts it in, the land of the Thousand Nordia Wilds. I don't know if you would have to be believing on that. This really has to give somebody else a good look open. Mountain Valley, forest trees, well, there's a lot of animals to be representing out there. What do you think out there, Kermity? Well, I don't know if it would change it often. I have no other choice if it's going to be changing in there. Stop by Binnington! Covers it out. It's Boldy with a rebound. Looks to Morrell. What a shot. There's a shot. Plucker State beat by Binnington. We'll have to get a reset here with 12:25 to go in the second period. Well, there's a little bit of a cast about that problem. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen now. They've really been dumped out. I have no idea what's going to change. This really needs somebody else to try to stop one. Fires at Canyon. That's it. Oh, he kicked it out. How did he stop that one? That's an unbelievable save by Marc-Andre Fleury. You can say what happened now. That Marc-Andre Fleury is making a dive play. This is what's ever happened. You see what makes it in. This is what causes it, what the drawing back puts it in. Now you got a nice save here by Marc-Andre Fleury. He really made it over. Johansson rebounds the puck. Bumps from the wall. Rebounded again by Rosie. Rosie tries to give over to Middleton. Middleton finding Faber. Faber looks to Middleton. Over now to Rosie. He's going to try to make some new change again. Over now to Faber. Back to Rosie. Here's Erwin and Johansson. Poked it out. Eye of his own. Middleton regroups the puck in. Back for the Wilds. Now Faber's back the other way toward his own. The dish over to Thomas has been broken up. Texier dumps the puck out of his own. Now it's recovered by Faber. Recovered by Middleton. A set over to Pellegno. Looks to Trennan. Trennan. Fires Guerrero. Shot blocked. Finding Falk. 76 hits for St. Louis Blues. And now Trennan will give it over to Guerrero. Here's one-timer shot. In on a big save by Binnington. Now I know what you're thinking now, because what they say now is Minnesota's nickname state, because they are looking something else they really have to choose for. The Minnesota nickname is the land of the 10,000 lakes. You know what happens now, because there's a bunch of lakes that's going in, and the Minnesota have a team, they really are improving it to be out there with a lookout. Not for Nordy, it's not 18,000, it's more than 10,000 lakes in the country. But the nickname puts it in for 10,000. I have a little bit of range out there, and what they say now is, what could go wrong? Well, anybody can. I mean, you all know. He scores! Braden Shen ties this game, and it is now a 2-2 game.
Well, that little mistake here for the defense, and this is what happened to Braden Shen. He got a little bit of a cut motion. He just didn't get the right time of response. This is what happens with Braden Shen. He just took it, he whipped it across the board, passed it over to Marc-Andre Fleury. He really had that goal coming in. It's not what they change now. This is what they need to do to give some better effort. Well, at the time of this period, as we're passing down the midway mark, Brandon Saad with his first assist of the game against the Minnesota team. Now as they win, here's Minnesota. Spurgeon takes it over. He now fights to get a Brodin. He rolls it again to Kaprizov. Kaprizov puts it over again to Spurgeon. Spurgeon. He scores! Jared Spurgeon! Are you kidding me? He got through the open one. What's happening there? Jared Spurgeon just made that one cut motion here. Here's what happened. That was back it in. How can you do that? You see what happened with the offensive rush? This one makes it in. That one with this shoulder cuts in Bennington, he just really rocking it through. I can't believe it that he has been cutting him down. Easy go slow for assist by Jonas Brodin. This one really has to get somebody else an open look for Jonas Brodin. He really made his own goal. All what happens now is you just really felt like, okay, I'm going to try it this way, see if you like it. Well, now he had that own goal. He just really banks it. He really had it all coming in. There's a little bit of a chance on the range. Hopefully, there might be more coming.
This was assisted by number 97, Kirill Kaprizov. And by number 25, Jonas Brodin. Time to go for the Wilds. 10:03 remaining in the second period. That's Jared Spurgeon with the 111th goal of his career, assisted by Kirill Kaprizov and Jonas Brodin. At the time, 10:03 remaining in the second period.
Minnesota back the other way now. He finds Boldy. Give it over to Middleton. Middleton. Give it over to Rosie. Over down to Faber. Faber looks to Middleton. Middleton now finds Rosie. Gives the pass over to Faber. Fires the cannon. Stopped by Braden Bennington. 9 minutes left remaining in the second period. 3-2 score. A lot of time up in this period. Still looking like there's another goal to be there if they can handle it in. Now the win for St. Louis. Broberg now finds Neighbors. Puts a rainbow right toward the test. And that one pokes out offside. 46 shots on goal for Minnesota and only 27 for the St. Louis Blues. 24, correct that. Now as the team will put it back in, this Falky will now find to get a Texture.
Score on St. Louis.
Texture.
His 21st goal of the season. Scored by number 10, Braden Shen. His first assisted by number 20, Brandon Saad. Time and a goal for the St. Louis. 9:50 remaining in the second period. That's Braden Shen with 261 goal of his career, assisted by Brandon Saad at the time, 9:50 in the second period.
Middleton fires it around deep. And it's rebounded again by Rosie. Rosie looks over the other way. Got a little smash down. Foligno takes it over. Middleton. Bogushon. Shoots! Down for deflection. This one sticks out. Here's Broberg. He's right toward the wing. 8 minutes left in the second period. Rosie's back the other way. Now he will have it over. As Trenton will have a regroup here by Rosie. Finds Burrell. And then we're getting by St. Louis. Looks to Trenton. Trenton now finds Foligno. Foligno wipes down. All the way down, tries to give over to Broberg. Here's an air race inbound to Sunbets. On a shot, easy save by Fleury. Now it's back to Bulldog this time. Looks it in. On a shot. Trying to get it on his own. And it's rebounded by Goodrow. Goodrow's right toward again to Trenton. Trenton slips him out. Now it's back to Broberg. Here they come. Holloway. That's poked out. Trenton will take his own release to give again to Spurgeon. Here's the other one to Locko this time. He now finds Kushyanov. Burning. Shoots! Save on a play by Bennington. And he'll try to give over on a shot. He's blocked. Spurgeon trying to carry it out. Fossa. Under 7 minutes remaining in the second period as he finds Tropachenko. Joseph moves around. Stop made by Marc-Andre Fleury. On a shot, picked out. Spurgeon takes it over, and you'll have it again to Larko. You know the reaction puts it in for Larko's team. That's where Marc-Andre Fleury's been looking it over. He didn't really think he was going to have enough time to get to it. That really stick it out. Kaprizov shot. Stop made by Binnington. During the 6-minute mark, it is a 3-2 game. We got our next face-off. Now the Wind puts it in for Minnesota Wild as he rolls again to Faber. Faber looks at Middleton and he has it again to Kaprizov. Here's Faber. We'll have to decide to reset it again for the Minnesota team. Now it's back to Kirill Kaprizov. He now finds it again to Eriksson Ek. Ek is right turn on the wing. Gives it over, now find again to Boldy. Faber. Now it's back to Kaprizov. He rolls it in, right turn in the zone, back to Eriksson Ek. Recovers it. Toward in front. Saucer pass broken up by Karu. Here comes a breakaway chain. That one sticks out. Karu. Should save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Really had a little bit of a hard time out there. There's not a chance. You can't play it like you do for it. This is what the hard breakout puts it in. You're rushing it. They don't have anybody to give off to. Nobody looking. Glove save by Fleury. Under 5:30 to go in the second period. It's a 3-2 game. Now the team's ready to look for pursuit. 91 for St. Louis and 86 for Minnesota. Now there's a win for St. Louis. Bumps in traffic. Patson. No, it just got in. Jake Neighbors scores this game as it now leads to a tie. You never liking it before. Then you're blocking it over. You're not just playing it like you did for. Because what happens to Jake Neighbors is really like keeping an irons in. This is what he made them do. He didn't really think he was like watching the player over it. Now, this is what the goal made. They're changing it over now. This is what happens. And Marc-Andre Fleury is getting a little bit stumped out. There's no defender to get over. Colton Parayko with the assist. It's now a 3-3 game in Minnesota. Now as St. Louis wins the faceoff, he now finds again Neighbors. Here's Texier. Oh, he rolled it out. Now it's rolled back into St. Louis zone. Parayko now finds it again to Neighbors as he rolls again to Texier. Good poke check here as he tries to battle along the board. Burrell rebounds it again to Johansson. And rolls to Bourbon. Trying to get after Ben. But Thomas takes it over. And stolen by Bourbon. Bourbon fires it around the net. Rosie finds again.
Score on St. Louis. His 23rd goal of the season, scored by number 63, Jake Neighbors. His first assisted by number 55, Colton Parayko. And by number 18, Robert Thomas. Some in a goal for the St. Louis Blues. 14:35 remaining in the second period. That's Jake Neighbors with the goal, his 35th goal of his career, assisted by Colton Parayko and Robert Thomas at the time. 14:35 remaining in the second period.
He just got snatched. Really must have taken over. You see Nordy's reaction? Be thinking like, how in the world? He just made that one unstoppable looking again to Binnington. He really took it out. Another face-off coming up for our team. As of now, it's a 3-3 game looking for a lead. Down the win for St. Louis, he now finds Saad. Saad trying to give an open look. In towards wing. Pass to Kyrou, shot. Glove save by Fleury. Rodin now finds Spurgeon, and he'll have a dish over, now finding to Ogren. Ogren looks to pass to Larko. Larko pass, now finding Kvirosakov. Had kicked out of here by Binnington. He rolls back to Kyrou. 4 minutes left in the second period. Now it's back to Suri. He looks again at Parayko. Here's Shen. Watching trouble. Here's the pass to Saad. Stopped by Fleury. And it kicks out. Now finding to Kyrou. Getting to Suter. Suter a chance to Saad. Saad shot. Stopped by Fleury. He really took it over again. And he hits this one. Saves it again.
They're now ready for another face-off. 23 for Blues and 16 for Minnesota Wilds as we're nearing the 3-minute mark in the second period. Off to another way, and he rolls around the net. As he went down, here's Kudu. Passes over to Trennan. Trennan can't hold on to the puck, he now finds it again to Shed. Pareko now finds it again to Kyrou. Then gives it over to Kyrou as the Minnesota will have her own advantage. Finds Trennan. Pareko. Toward the wing. Trying to get some open offense, and he now has Forsling. Here's Maria. Fogner. Toward the wing, trying to give it open room. Now it's back to Kaprizov. Maria. Wants a little change, now finds Kaprizov, he now finds Bogushon. Shoots it going! Save again by Binnington. Sunbest is right toward the wing. Smiths it up as Trennan takes it over back to Eriksson Ek. Good poke check here as Minnesota is still alive. Goldie right toward the wing. Fires a glove save by Binnington. 2:32 left to go in the second period as he will leave it out. This will be an icing on St. Louis. 2:28 to go in the second period. It's a game for the next face-off coming up. Now they're ready to go as both teams are gathered in. Eriksson Ek wins the face-off. Rolls again in Faber. Faber now finds Middleton. Here's Faber. He shoots it, and Sunbest takes it over. Now Bolduc gets right toward the wing. Oh, he smashes straight down toward the center ice. Now he rolls it over, now finding Kaprizov. There's no way, they had a little stoppage out there. They've really been knocking things in. I don't know what's going to keep on happening like that, but they're really have been too hard to make the aggression. Kaprizov rolls back to Boldy. Boldy looks at Eriksson Ek, tries to get to Kaprizov. Here's another chance to Middleton. Middleton. Over now to Kaprizov. Backhander shot saved by Binnington. 1:43 left to go in the second period. They'll have another face-off underway. And as the wind puts in for St. Louis, here's Broberg. Dish it over to Texier. Texier goes right down. Tries to put it back. Now Middleton takes it over. He does it again to Faber. Faber on attacking on a rush rebound. No penalty on St. Louis. Texier back to Rosie. And that pass is broken up. Broberg takes it over, now finding again to Neighbors. Neighbors slicks it out. It rolls over. Here's a go with the Bernini. Oh! Oh, what a stop by Binnington as he denies that shot with a
1 minute in the second period.
In the second period as Johansson's got their team back. Here's Johansson, now finds again Bernini. O'Brien. Over to the way, Spurgeon shoots, hit wide, and it goes off and ending out of play. This is what happened with the breakaway chain. He had a nice save. He's putting in with some great pressure. Brodin is right after him. He made that attack and impossible to get over this. There's no way you need to defend it yourself. He really had that reach. He looked like he was sticking it. He's fighting it. He's really like on his bare effort. He's trying to get over this turn, and he's been knocking it through. What a great chance here for a goaltender reaction. Here's Kyrou. Toward the wing. Passes over. Brodin takes it over. He now finds it over to get O'Brien. Goes off on a shot, puts it back in, and sticks out on his own. Kyrou takes it over. 25 seconds left in the second period. Saw a shot. Glove save by Fleury. Rolls again to O'Brien. O'Brien trying to find it out of here. And that poked it out. Here's O'Brien. He shoots it. Glove saved by Binnington. 6.7 seconds left in the second period. Time wasting down. Here's the win. He's rising against Spurgeon. Shot. Went away. That will end the second period as both teams are even. It's now 3-3. Third period is coming underway. Great, one more chance here with a stop by Bennington. Trying to go for the lead, but it's been denied. Get ready, folks. The third period is underway after this. Final period, about to begin at XL Energy Center. Ready to go. It has been a wild night here so far. Wilds and the Blues are the biggest matchups that have ever been played it for since couple teams in the state of Missouri and Minnesota. But now, this is where it comes down to this. And a little bit of range to give it over to Pyramidi and Paintbrush of how they did. Guys? Well, it seems like that they've really been doing really hard. All that work that they've been doing this, it was not very easy enough. They didn't have anybody responding, and they were really been repping it up. Shipped out, nobody was getting a perfect look. The range is definitely not even easy enough. They have a little bit of hard regression out now. I have no convenience of how that's going to happen. They've really been pushing through. I've got a feeling right now at that moment that they really didn't have anybody to get back up behind it. So it looks like they're going to have to see what they can do to try to get over it. I agree with our Pyramidi. I mean, really, it's not really just kind of confidence out there, but they really are just trying to make their way in. Wilds are trying to get the goal back. It's just unfair to make the touch out of it. They really need to give somebody else a better range. Oh, Boldy blocks the shot as he goes cross and Kaprizov with the rebound.
Oh, what a nice effort. That Boldy really had seen that one coming. He was going to get that shot, and he just snatched it. What a nice block.
Boldy right outside. Tries to get over to Middleton. He looks to get to Kaprizov. Kaprizov now sends it over again. Texier gives the pass back to Thomas. And Boldy takes the puck steal. Here's the middle shot. Saved made by Bennington. Over now to Middleton. Erickson X right toward the wing. Give it over to Faber. Faber shoots. Off the face mask. It goes back to Texier. Now the Blues are back in the offense zone. They're trying to make their way in. The pass. Trying to get it out. Middleton takes it over. He now finds Faber. Now it's back over to Hartman. Rebound in the puck again to Middleton. Minnesota Wild to back in the offense zone. He will try to get it over again to Johansson. Marcus Johansson now has it again to Bogushan. He looks to Rosie. Rosie to Hartman. Hartman gets out of the way out there. Looks to Bogushan. Bogushan flying up in the room. Trying to put a rebound. This one stays out. Shank kicks the puck around the net. Now Parayko has his chance. Rosie takes it over. Here's the shot. Save me. Rebound stop. That's 2 times in a row. Kyrou. Morel takes it over. Here's Bogushan. Looks to Rosie. Rosie. Shy. Tipped out. Trying to get it back into Rosie. Hey. For the shot chance. Oh, what a save. Bennington! It's an unbelievable moment. I've got to look at the believe out there for Bogushan. That one really raced it over by Bennington. He really got it out of here. Wow. Rosie smashed right to the board. Now he finds Boberg with 17 minutes left. Now Parayko and her team is offside for St. Louis. 17:03 to go in the third period as a game an X face-off. Now to win, here's Spurgeon. Spurgeon will now have it back again to Brodin. Oh, he got a little wind out there. Brodin got smashed right toward the boards as Marc-Andre Fleury handled the puck. Oh, gonna have to call for backup actually. Looks like the Russian attacker's gonna give some head coach. And it looks like Montgomery's really wanted to try to give it over. Give them what they got, just trying to make them upset. This is no other shows you why he was making the deal for. Trennan, pass broken up. Now their team goes offside as also. 16:47 to go in the third period. Now Goodrow wins the faceoff. He'll now give it again to Trennan. Trennan fires that puck around the net. And here's Goodrow. Give again to Bodine. Here's Spurgeon. Shots! Glove catch by Binnington. 16:35 left to go in the third period. A lot of takes out there. They just really need to see if they can just try to get that goal coming. And the win puts in for Minnesota. As they continue right now, they will have it again to Spurgeon. You'll look it over again to Goodrow. Goodrow now finds again to Bodine. Give it a pass to Fogno. In corner, Spurgeon. Spurgeon. Up and a race in the air. Off the pad again by Binnington. Trying to keep it back out. Now here's another chance here for Sunbest. Right toward the wing. Has another take. And Abe rush territory. And a save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Trying this right toward the wing. Trying to get the pass over again to Spurgeon. He shoots. By the net. Almost went into that, but it stayed out of his own by the Blues defender. Not really what they all mention out there. They really have to get things out of the way. There's no way that they really kept on coming back. They really have to give someone else a better credit to give it in. Easy save by Marc-Andre Fleury. He's off the Boldy on the race. Going to Monet. Kicked out by Binnington. Thomas is right toward the wing as he will fire that one around the net. Favors right toward the wing. Trying to give over to Kaprizov. Kaprizov trying to do Verstappen motion for a rebound take. Joseph gets back to Neighbors. Now Faber will have a change over. Now finding again to Middleton. Here's a chance to Rosie. Rosie's in corner. In the middle, Johansson, puck save! Take it out of here, and it's now Fosco with the puck. Didn't really see that one coming out there. That Binnington was making a great save. He's really gotten it all covered in. He really was going to get that one out of the way, but he didn't really think he won it. Johansson now finds Rosie. And he'll have to dish it out of here and get some new clear technology to give it another new check. By John Hintz. And now he will have to give us some new change of gear to Johansson. Johansson cutting back, now finds again a Hartman. Here's Rosie! Saved by Binnington. Full pressure coming on for the Wilds. Bogushine. Toward the middle! Off the face mask! Joseph takes it over, now finding Fosca. He now finds it to Joseph. Here's Joseph. Puck broken up by Kushinoff. Morrill now hands it again to Ogren. No offside on the Wilds. It's now, he will send it over again to Locko. Locko has to pass to Bogushine. He finds Morrill. Move again to Bogushine. Wilds moving around again with the puck. Ogren. We send it again to Bogushine. Right toward middle of Locko. Joseph with the puck steal. Now the Blues are in control. They will have it back. Morrill takes it over. The Wilds are back in the Blues territory. Fires up with around net. Now finding Locko. Locko now finds it again to Boldy. Boldy in trouble. Kyrou takes it over. Trying to get Kyrou in out of time reach. Out of shot. Saved by Marc-Andre Fleury. Battling for the puck. In the boards. Recovered by Locko. Now the Wilds are back in the offense. He'll try to get to Boldy. Watching from outside. Now Bogushine can go back in his zone. Nobody open room. Nearing Binnington is Shen. Now he will have to give a dish over. Now finding Kyrou. Kyrou. Give a little stick feed here, and now it's Bogushine the other way. Try to get over inbounding. Now Morrill will have it. Morrill's right toward the wing. Morrill lost the effort. Now it's back to Bulldog again to Suter. Suter's right toward the wing. Trying to get some extra room to get the Bulldog. Out of reach. On a shot, big rebound. Saved by Binnington. Now Marc-Andre Fleury. Oh, that really must have took it over with somebody. Wow. Here's another chance. Goes crashing right toward the wall. And Kaprizov will try to make a new change. Brodin's shot blocked up and is taken over by Sunbex. Now a chance over to Suter. Stops in play for Johansson. He now finds Rosie. Rosie right to the wing, net finds Hartman. Looks it up, trying to get out of the zone. Brody in, takes it out with the puck, he now finds Rosie. Rosie's right toward wing. Rebounded by Hartman. Here's another chance. Toward middle, stopped by Bennington. Oh, what a great save by the goaltender. 11:44 to go in the third period. Still tied up, looking for an extra take. Now Rosie's team will keep it alive, and it's now back to Spurgeon. Spurgeon now playing Burden again to Hartman. Here's Spurgeon's shot. Blocked again. Recovered by Johansson. Trying to give over it again to Spurgeon. Here's an chance for a shot stopped by Bennington. 11:27 to go in the third period. Trying to give some better effort and get back in the zone. Wilds is still looking for an answer to take over the lead. Down the win for the St. Louis Blues, as Suda will have it over. Pass fighting again to Neighbors. Neighbors is right toward the wing. No penalty signalized on Minnesota. Johansson now finds Hartman. Hartman trying to get back into it. Backhander! It's deflected onto the man traffic, and it's rebounded again by Hartman again to Kushyanov. Hartman's outside trying to give over it again to pass to Spurgeon. And he's blocked. This will be Minnesota with the extra advantage as the power play's coming on. Oh, that was a stick clipped out there. That's going to hurt someone else. Not playing cool. Spurgeon takes some carry in. And a pass back to Locko. Locko will make a dish away around the net, and he will have that stop again. 10:41 to go.
St. Louis penalty, number 63, 2 minutes for slashing.
Well, this is what nobody likes at. That slash is going to make them hurt and pay for it. Nobody's liking it at all. You can't play it like you do for it. And now this will get the team to get their first power play advantage. Let's see if they can have it. Second power play coming up for Minnesota.
St. Louis penalty, number 63, Jake Neighbors, 2 minutes for slashing. Time on the penalty, 11 minutes remaining in the third period. That's a penalty on St. Louis on 63, Jake Neighbors for slashing. Time on the penalty, 11 minutes in the third period. Corner Wilds are on power play.
Keeps it out. Now it's Hartman. Backing over. Here comes Foxka. The other way it goes. He'll stick that one out of here, and it's Kaprizov with his own rebound. Arjunek takes it over. On the wing, on the control, you will now have a deep pass to Boldy. Boldy's right toward wing, he now finds Hartman. Here's Arjunek, glove save! Nice stuff by Bennington. We passed the midway mark of the period, looking for our goal lead. 27/26 face-off wins. That must have been the Blues up by 1 with the face-off on the attack, but let's see what they do for the Minnesota Wilds. This one slings out. Faber lost that one. Now Faber will have his own rebound. Fade on the dish off. Has it again to Johansson. He looks to Rosie. Here's a chance now. Johansson's shot. Save it! He scores! Marcus Johansson! It's a rebound deflection. Power play goal for Wilds. Wow, that must have made that in there. And Johansson really had it coming in. He just had that one lifted in his feet. He really had that one slicking. The big team was a little slow to get up into it. He just got that ball back. He never really had that one coming. Wilds back in the lead as Rosie picks up the assist. He really had that one slicking it down, but he couldn't get it done out of there. No, not for long. I mean, I've just never seen what goes in. Rosie must have had that one with a great assist out there. And for Marcus Johansson, he had this on rebound. That really tipped him over for some reason. There's no other way they were trying to keep that out. If there's no other way to have it change, they just really need to get
His first
somebody
assisted by number 23,
really
Marco
Rosie.
And by
Middleton
number 7,
now finds it again to Faber.
Faber!
Faber looks over to get a
Time for the
Middleton.
power play goal for the
Looks
Wilds.
like
10:18 remaining in the third period. That's
That's
Marcus Johansson on a power play goal, assisted by Marco Rosie and Brock Faber at the time. 10:18 remaining on a power play goal in the
Behind
third.
the net, Suda was it again to touch the air. 9 minutes left in the third period as he will dump the puck out. And here comes Foligno. He's right toward the wing. He gives it over to Middleton. Middleton on the sludge. The fire around the net. Back it over again to Gudera. Trying to get to Trenton, and he finds Foligno's shot. Miss wide is blocked, and it's off the wall. Trenton shoots way wide. Foligno trying to get over again. Bodine lost to effort. Neighbors on the attack. Keep to Thomas. Shoots it. Buck was step made by Marc-Andre Fleury. Gudera takes it over. Now he will have a pass over to get to Bodine. Bodine is right toward the wings. He tries to get that pass over look. Foligno shot. Pink on a blocker by Pareko. Brandon Stotts right toward the wing. Dish it out of his own. Bodine lost his handling. Trying to get back over into his zone. Now Bodine has a chance over. They'll get that one out of here. Broberg takes it over. Shen has a puck in releasement. Now finding side. Looks to Bodine. And Shen is right back the other way. Here's Lonko. Lost his handling. Side. Going down. 60 hits for Minnesota. Eric Sedek now finds Bodine. Open look to Lonko. Easy save by Binnington. 7:30 left to remain in the third period. A 4-3 lead given to Minnesota. And they're ready to take the next face-off. Let's find out who gets the next goal. St. Louis wins the face-off as Falk covered up by Kaprizov, and he now finds Holloway right toward the wing. Oh, he just made that one hit. That's going to be a bash down on that. Wilds are definitely putting in a lot of defensive. And now here they go. Now the Blues are going to take over this. Here they come. Kaprizov shoot. He scores! Kaprizov makes it standing on the up by two. Wow, I gotta say, Kaprizov stops it. Beats it with Binnington. He is just making it. Soon, I got it through. You know, when you're making a hustle in there, Kaprizov makes it a nice play on his motion. Make it snappy, make it in. He's been so well, keeping all the play absolutely insane to get it to convert Kaprizov. He was really on the very chain on the effort. I have a lot of great range out there for Kaprizov as his better time right on. All X factor on the player really keeps it on going. That's got a lot of big, huge United got a team. This really got a great.
This first assisted by number 12,
an unstoppable force in the very effort. This is a big hustle out there, folks.
And
We
by number
really are keeping an eye on
24,
with that.
Bogushon. Time to go
As the team is already ready to make their next
49
face-off,
remaining in the third.
5-3 to score.
That's Kirill
Minnesota.
Kaprizov with 161 goal of his career, assisted by Matt
Now,
Boldy
as they put it
and
up
Zach
for Middleton.
Bogushon at the time,
As they'll have it
12:49 in the
again to
third
Faber.
period.
Faber now finds it again to Harman. He's on the rush. Going for the Rosen shot. Saved made by Binnington. Hartman now finds it again to Middleton. Only under 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Faber now finds it again to Hartman. Looks to Middleton. Middleton now finds Hartman. Oh, he made a hit. And it goes back to Dylan Holloway. Not when I say so. This really has to give someone else a better range than that. They're not stopping. Holloway shot. Saved by Marc-Andre Fleury. Now the crowd is starting to gather Dazo. And he'll have it around the net. No icing between for the Minnesota Wilds as they will keep the puck in Missouri. Holloway's right toward the wing. Gives her a chance. Back over to Pouncing. And a save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Back to Trenton. Under 6 minutes remaining in the third. Good move. Pass it over again. Now finding again to Middleton. Trying to get out of his own. Finds Trenton. Here's a shot. Middleton. He scores! Foligno! He deflects it as Middleton starts it. They're up by 3. I have no idea how that happened. Foligno was making it at better range. He had a deflection. Here's what he did. This really makes it a hard cue to make that one separated. And you just see that one coming in. Here's what he did. This is what the pass is. And look what happened with Foligno. He got a deflect, and he just puts it right past Binnington. He was really over the line. Now you have no idea what's going to change out.
This really is what they're causing. This course really took over. Now you got that one coming, you got it through, you got to get it going. St. Louis wins the faceoff as Texier lost his puck into it. And Gruder now finds it over to get to Foligno. One goal in the game here for Foligno on a deflection. And the cross-checking starts up for St. Louis.
St. Louis penalty,
Oh,
number
boy.
63, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to keep happening out there. That Foligno has definitely been whipped up. He really been showing it up. He says, I'm not going to show things off. He really is definitely getting a little bit pissed off now. That's for Jake Neighbors. That's his problem. Another power play coming up for the Minnesota Wilds. As right now it's 5:32 left in the remaining third. They're now ready to take things off.
Penalty on St. Louis, number 63, Jake Neighbors, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of penalty, 6:34 remaining in the third period. That's a penalty on St. Louis, number 63, Jake Neighbors on the cross-checking. Time of penalty, 6:34 remaining in the third period. For the Wilds on
It is a little
power
nervous
play.
wrecking out there. Let's see if he can stay out there alive. Ogren. Watch the
Score
Goldie shot blocked. Now Foster takes it over with 5 minutes left to remain in the final third period. Presented by Discover.
Marcus.
And now he's over to Sturgeon finding it at Urchinette.
His first assisted by number 5, Jake
Here's Ogren.
Middleton.
Oh, nice glove.
And by number 13,
118
Yakov
ready.
Trenin.
Power play for the Wilds.
Time to goal
and
for
only
Minnesota Wild.
4:50
remaining in the third period.
Now
That's
they're really
Marcus
working up their
Foligno
way
with
through.
127th goal of his career, assisted by Jake Middleton. And Yakov Trenin at the time, 14-18 in the
And
third.
so we will put it in for Pareko. He's right toward the wing, now finds over to Sunbus. Sunbus will fire that one puck around the net. And here's Spurgeon. He will have it over right toward the wing. The deep pass, now finding Johansson. Johansson. Rebounded by Ogren. Ogren tries to get over to Spurgeon. Good poke out here by St. Louis. And as Ogren takes it over, he now finds it again to Spurgeon. Spurgeon now finding again to Guru. Looks again at Johansson. Oh, the breakaway! Oh, Bennington made a great stop out of it. While the power play's still going with 40 seconds. Now here's Rosie, who will now try to give it over again. Looks like the Kaprizov wants to get back up. One set, score! 2 goals! Another power play goal for the Warriors. You really have to believe that Kirill Kaprizov just got over after that. Hey, push it off. He really must have made that one. He really wants it. My goodness, that Kaprizov really has done it again. You know, see what happens to that play. This one gives it over to Kaprizov. He really got all nice and avoidable. That's a power play advantage for Kaprizov's team. You see what happens there. That's because of Johansson that's making a great pass. And number 90 is showing off the response. He's really taking everything. All that work, you've got to get into it.
Score!
I have a little bit of great range in it. Now it's back in over again. Now he finds it over to Boldy. Back in the blue territory. He wants it again for 3. And he's denied by Bennington.
His first assisted by number 90, Marcus Johansson. And by number 23, Marco Rossi. Time to goal for the Minnesota Wild power play goal. 16:55 remaining in the third period.
Back in his own.
That's Kirill Kaprizov
Boldy.
with his 162 goals.
Not the ball. He done it again. All right, Boldy just get out and look at your foot. Bring the ball out and just went right toward the back behind the net. He got stuck on it. He's just really keeping on going. Bang! There's the ball flying airborne, and it goes right onto the ice. How do you feel about that? Boldy just really got it through. While the Wild fans are really enjoying this, they're defeating St. Louis. All right, time after there. I know what's going to change up. He's really keeping all what he got. All you have to do is just keep an eye on the score range. And just
That's Kirill Kaprizov with
really
162 goal of his career, assisted by Marcus Johansson and Marco Rossi at the time. 16:55 remaining on a power play goal in the third period.
Wilbur gets right toward the wing. On a chance to Neighbors. On a shot, he scores. That'll be his second goal of the game against the Wilds, as now Neighbors puts it in. Now to cut the digit in, look for the Wilds. excellent fun out there. I think Neighbors did just so well, but it looks like he wants to get 3. He's tied up with Kirill Kaprizov on his own time. But sometimes that, when you see what Jake Neighbors really did, here's what happened. He gave a little dish off. He had that pass, and now he wants to give it back to him again. Now he just really had that goal. He just took it every way. Everywhere you turn it out, you just don't have it matter of fact of time. You just got to keep moving. Every time it gets in there, you just got to keep going. Keep going and going. Here's Broberg. He now tries to get a touch here. Final 3 minutes in the third period. Faber takes it over. He now tries to get over to get
Score by
it.
number 12, Matthew
Trying to pass off on
Boldy.
Rolls
This
around the
was
net.
assisted by
Now
number
finds
97, Kirill
Ball
Kaprizov.
go. Finds
And
Faber.
by number 14,
Faber.
Joel
Goal!
Eriksson.
That shot went too high.
Time to go for the Wild.
Bennington with the last
16:26
chance
remaining
opportunity.
in the third period.
Looks like Holford
That's Matthew
set
Boldy
really
with his
getting all
76th
the
goal of his
bases up.
career, assisted by
The
Kirill
Commons with the
Kaprizov
brace.
and Joel Eriksson at the time.
The Wild
16:26
keep it
remaining
alive.
in the third.
Bumps out. Now here's Faber. He now finds Foligno. Foligno finds Faber. Faber hits a hit. And he got a little stick lift by Falk. He now has it back. Here's another one to Kairu. Kairu.
Score for St.
Top
Louis
score by
Blues.
Trudell.
The second goal of the season.
Trudell now
Score by
finds
number
Walker.
63, Jake
Walker
Neighbors.
slows it down.
His first assisted
As
by
we
number
come down to
6,
2-minute
Philip
mark in that
Broberg.
second, third period.
And by number 18,
He will have to
Robert
push off
Thomas.
pass to get it
Time
over
to
the
go
side.
for the Blues.
Right inside.
16:49 remaining
On
in the
his
third
way
period.
down.
That's Jake Neighbors
Save
with a
by
goal
Fleury.
of his 36th
Now
goal
it's
of his
back to
career,
Morel.
assisted by
He
Phil
doesn't have a
Broberg
chance
and
to
Robert
push it
Thomas.
off.
At the time, 16:49
Push it
remaining in the
out,
third period.
And Kairu takes it over. O'Brien, back passer, and stopped by Bennington. He's right over to get his Sunbets. Sunbets rolls out of the way. Here's another chance to Sunbets. Shot, big save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Now has a pass to Eriksson Ek. Moves a quick feed over to Boldy. Return, blocked the shot, and stopped by Bennington. 1:24 to go in the third period as we're nearing down the end of the regulation. It has been a wild one. And now with the take in center ice, I have it over to you, Ultra. Who do you think had a better night?
Kirill Kaprizov is one of my big takes here, guys. I was really sure enough that this makes him an excellent on the chain. Everyone stands in for Kirill Kaprizov as Matthew Boldy was doing some great works. He makes it snappy. It was the best highlight for Kirill Kaprizov as he's really topping in for adoption. I have a lot of great range out there. He has been looking like he is on a better neck than he does. He's been my take here, folks.
1 minute in the third
Final minute
period.
in the third period. As now you will have it to Kaprizov. Here he goes for 3. Denied by Bennington. Gusano now finds it over again, now finding Sunbets. And Eriksson Ek takes it over. Just about 40 seconds left remaining. Here's Spurgeon. Give it out again to Johansson. Johansson stops the play. Here's Hartman on glove catch by Bennington. Final 30 seconds. Team Wilds are about to respond back. It's when the Mountain Guns bring it on because we are almost done. Down the wing. Here's Johansson. Back it over to Borden. Bernine. Rosine shoots. Saved by Bennington. Final hope for the St. Louis Blues. Down to 15 seconds. And as the team rise up, Brody and the Wilds are putting response upward. Since season 1, it's been a win, but now season 4 is where we finish. Minnesota Warriors win big. 8-5 is your final score. Well, everybody effort out there, Marc-Andre Fleury's been one of the biggest of the night. You have to give credit to him.
Yeah, I do. Indeed, for now, we roll in crowded.
We give it the salute to the fans for the Wild, and it's been a great night.
I agree. Now you just have to play hard, play response, do whatever you can take. It's just how it matters to anybody.
Well, that's it for now, and I hope you all enjoyed the part of the game. Along with Paintbrush and Pyramid and a center ice of Ultra Beast, I'm OJ. This has been a presentation of the NHL Game of the Night on EA Sports. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Adios! Alright guys, thank you so much. Time for 3-star players of the game. Matthew Baldy with 1 goal, 1 assist, and 9 hits. He only had that one deflected. Ricocheted right toward the net, ripped it through. Then the 2nd-star player of the game goes to Jake Neighbors with 2 goals, 1 assist, and 11 hits. He really been pushing their effort, and that goal puts it in the 3rd period. But your 1st-star player, the hero, Kirill Kaprizov. 2 goals, 2 assists, and 5 hits. He does make it snappy, and he really ripped it up through. He done that one 2 times, but couldn't get 3.
Well, that's a great moment to notice now. This is why I always say, this is where the best game happens since season 1.
Of course, they've really been showing up like he did for him. Now you can definitely play it again and again.
Here's how you do with the total statistics on the total shots on goal for every period. 92/51 for total shots on goal for Minnesota. 134/67 for St. Louis. 1803 for Minnesota over 318 for the time on attack pressure. 88% over 85 for St. Louis on passing. 35/31 for the St. Louis faceoff wins. The only 6-minute penalty kill was on St. Louis, and it was still clear for Minnesota to not give any dirty look. 2 power play goals given here for Minnesota with 427.
And that's your do here, folks. I hope you enjoyed this part of the game, and stick around next time. We've got another game to give you things a good start. New York Rangers are ready to get back at the Garden, and as they will do in this one once more, they will play against the next team. Well, it's not for what they expect to do for, but the next team that we are seeing things. Because of this range, it's time to meet against the next team, the Tampa Bay Lightning. That will be the next part of the team of the game of the night of this presentation. Keep your eyes on the next game here all day, and the next game coverage only on Son of Beast. Well, we're wrapping it up, folks, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Peace out for a while. That's the NHL game of the night on EA Sports Style.
This is Roy
And Terry Crews signing you out.
So long in Minneapolis and St. Paul of Minnesota.
If you don't, somebody will.